attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the option. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. We're in quarter number 3 as we get you back into the action. From the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Handoff comes to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Again, it's Cook. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. You give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Getting the ball is Cook running left. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
is Rodgers on third down. And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
To return is Roberts. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On play action, it's Mahomes. He finds his 25.
And time to give some credit. Got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That's
so on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. Interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now, this one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Looking for the end zone. That is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he'll get it up across the 20. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 2.
You nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Rodgers now on first down. Setting up the screen for Cook. A good wrecking to benefit.
Oh,
tries
shit.
to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes.
Oh, you serious?
Turnover they needed, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, and complete right side to Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
Okay.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 2 touchdowns. 1:51 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Rodgers' throw pulled in by Hopkins. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
Which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he returns this to the 22. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
today. From GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Well, it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. On the return, it's Taylor. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now we get a look at Aaron Rodgers as he gets set to lead this Green Bay Packer offense. Rodgers now in his 17th season in the league, and of course, coming off the MVP trophy.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On first down, Rodgers. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Hardman to return.
Oh, shit.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A 71-yard punt return. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. They get the stop defensively, force the punt. They score without their offense even stepping on the field.
I remember playing on special teams and teasing the guys on offense like, look, you don't even worry about it. You guys just hang out over there. We'll bring this one all the way back and get the points we need. In this case, they actually got that done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. We know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off the hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
One of the better defensive linemen in the league, can be absolutely dominant at times. Chris Jones has been a Pro Bowler each of the last 2 years. In 2020, just 7.5 sacks. But he did have a career high of 15.5 just 3 seasons ago in 2018. He and Frank Clark provide excellent pressure against opposing quarterbacks.
This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Here's 2nd and a yard. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers.
Get the ball. Hold it. Damn.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A check down here to Jones. Oh, some strong running. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones.
No.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Crosby with the extra point, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
That's okay. We're tied. It's fine.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon.
What are you doing? Go!
As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line.
Oh my God, what?
16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Dude!
Runs straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And some room to work. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Jerick McKinnon. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Yeah.
Butker now to kick this one away. On the return, it's Taylor. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here pulled in by Lazard. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Hardman on the return. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. On first down now.
Dude, oh my God.
Muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Room here to run. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that a very nice-looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. To throw again on second down. Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Oh, shit.
A minute 55 left to go in the first half of play. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside.
There he goes, left side. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Darrell Williams with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Butker on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to check. How do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. To throw is Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Rodgers now on 1st down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL. We are officially into the second half of the season. Game getting close to halftime. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. The Cards seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Denver Broncos. Teddy Bridgewater, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here again is McKinnon.
Go!
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 135 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Why?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's McKinnon on the move, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second and 11 now. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Number 12 back out there. Aaron and his Packer teammates set to begin their drive. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Kansas City defense, they make their way onto the field now. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to script the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is fielded at the 7. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. He's got him in. Complete. And all the way down to the 35. To the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that'll be caught. Touchdown Kansas City. DeMarcus Robinson. DeMarcus Robinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a draw play. This is Jones. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Elton Jenkins, the Pro Bowler, flag there. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. On play action. Now Rodgers. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 43. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Catch is made by Hardman. Touchdown! Nicole Hardman. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete right side to Lazard. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The kick by Crosby is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So his big play capability in full display there as he's able to return that punt for a touchdown. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Completes it to Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now here's Mahomes. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Butker on for the PAT. Just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final try now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. Thanks for tuning.
This is the player card. Here you can see your strengths and weaknesses by looking.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season now in silver and black, Derek Carr.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was 1,000.
And right away, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
This defense for the Chiefs, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The numbers for Hill a week ago. He was no doubt a key piece to their puzzle in that victory.
And when this offense plays well, you just know he's going to be in the middle of everything, don't you? I mean, defense is going to say, we've got to take this guy away. He doesn't allow himself to be taken away, does he?
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds as the side judge incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Nice.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle taken now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Carr's throw taken in by Edwards.
Damn.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Carr going to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. To throw his Carr. Reception here by Ruggs. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield.
Woo! Looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Throwing now is Carr.
Oh, my God.
He finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller, His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Okay.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
But they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to have us down deep into Vegas territory.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And this returnable for Hill. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. On 1st down, Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This one is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. He's going to take another shot here. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Jerick McKinnon. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Butker now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He'll set up the screen to Dre. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And this will be incomplete.
Okay.
Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Drake. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Raiders
Come on.
the move, a couple of big plays in succession.
Come on.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, Carr over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Carr again. And it's caught.
Damn.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. comes down to a field goal. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. This return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to get at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
This pass going to be caught by Hunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. Oh, Waller, what a catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Sammy Watkins, a touchdown catch in the victory. From Miami, we stay in the AFC East and head up to check on the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, over 400 yards passing with 3 touchdown passes as well. And finally, on Monday Night Football, we close out Week 10 with a good one out west. The Rams and 49ers from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
Oh, damn. Shit.
Incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
A little juke.
Okay.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense is going to be set up with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Oh, kidding me.
In the end zone, it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play fake. Mahomes.
Oh.
For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now a give. This is McKinnon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And
Finally.
for the touchdown, Kansas City. Noah Gray with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And this goes out wide for Drake. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Hill to return it. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. To throw again on second down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. That's their first time getting to the quarterback sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I remember.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but to show them a lot of different looks. And they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to them here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this all the way down inside the Vegas 20. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Carr. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be checked down to Drake. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen. Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield? I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion. They'll roll him out right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible. Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
On second and goal, Mahomes, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's Mahomes, third and goal. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they've wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Carr now to throw. And he hits Drake. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down. Carr. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Here's Hill on the return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now, they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That's into the hands of Edwards. And he avert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards. Big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Welcome to your franchise staff. Here. Staff points when you have to see what some talent trees make you select a path to follow.
day. From Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Patrick Mahomes now in his 5th season with the Chiefs, ready to bring out this high-powered Kansas City offense for the first time.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 37.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott set to go on offense for the first time. And with Dak at the controls, his 6th season under center now as the Cowboys quarterback.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game, yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won. So
Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Prescott now from the 50. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the 1st down yardage there. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Able to hit his target, Lamb. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Yeah, they just... marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. A give to Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard. So the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Eluding the pressure right. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Well, they just watched the other team take the ball downfield and score, so they knew that this drive, this opening drive, was on them. And, boy, that was important to pick up that first down there and keep this one going.
Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. The give is to Elliott. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Now Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little. They bask in it. They think this is, okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Demarcus Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. And congratulations to Dak Prescott, by the way. He just went over 20,000 career passing yards. And you remember he came into the league in 2016. And you remember the gruesome injury in 2020 that he had to fight back from. So congratulations to Mr. Prescott. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And this throw incomplete. Like a defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. A good return there, 17 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why, looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this one dropped in the end zone. Oh, it looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. Now Pollard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. Again, it's Cooper as he makes the catch. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards that time, and another 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the Chiefs will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we've come upon halftime here. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the 1st half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Prescott now. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Elliott. Fighting through. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MV. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Bunker on for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. Now the kick is away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And out now come the Cowboys. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Again, it's Elliott. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flushed out right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. They'll try to throw now. Prescott steps away to his left. Shedding the tackle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Prescott from the gun toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. A third quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he has the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner. And I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's got this down to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left.
Come on, let me pass the damn ball. Why am I trying to clear the clock out in 5 minutes?
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 25. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. Touchdown!
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do in the first place.
Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable. And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later? Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. So holding will scratch off some of that return. And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott under pressure. They got him again. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there. Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right? And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down? Flush to his right. Boy, he almost did that himself, but it looks like he's about a foot or two short. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On the move to his left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will swell by one more. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be... Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw it here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup. Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And again, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That one complete to Elliott. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chiefs, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday afternoon at around 3:30 Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Dallas. And for Charles Davis...